Good afternoon, Chairman Coble, Representative Berman, and members of the subcommittee. There's a battle raging on which you're all aware, a battle between the traditional music industry and the consumer, who is armed with the power and promise of technology advancing faster than any business model can keep up. Over the last 20 years, consumers have developed expectations on what they can and cannot do with the music they buy. Consumer expectations at times can be diametrically opposed to one of our very first rights, copyright and invention protection. First, I feel a review of some SunnComm history is in order. Based in Phoenix, Arizona, SunnComm is a publicly traded small technology firm focused on the development of technology designed to limit the unauthorized copying of music compact discs, CDs, while providing the CD buyers the ability to create authorized copies of the music contained on the CD for their personal use. The DRM and interface technology, which has been co-designed by several major record labels, is intended to provide consumers with a sizable portion of their fair use expectations, while protecting the rights held by artists, record companies, and publishing companies. In January 2000, when I first arrived at SunnComm, there was nary a whisper about digital duplication dangers lurking in the waters ahead. Peer-to-peer file sharing was brand new. The promise of faster downloads through broadband access was in its infancy. CD burners were still more than $300. No one spent a lot of time thinking about the consequences inherent in the CD's digital ability to reproduce exact clones of themselves, except for the audio hardware manufacturers who knew that protected music content on audio cassette tapes or digital CDs would allow them to create a very vibrant and very profitable music copying business. SunnComm was formed by a cross-section of business and technology-oriented people who had experience in the entertainment sector. As SunnComm set about creating this first solution, we discovered a method of altering the CD so that it would play on most CD players, but not in the computer's CD-ROM. Not allowing play on PCs, it was thought, would reduce the amount of music transfers from those computers onto the Internet, which by March of 2000 began to emerge along with peer-to-peer file sharing, such as Napster. SunnComm felt that in order for the CD music protection technology to be accepted by the public, the company must also find a way for music buyers to transfer their favorite music recordings from the legally purchased CD to their computers. So SunnComm developed what's called CD3 technology, an additional section electronically carved out of the CD that contained features only playable on a personal computer. Included in the CD user interface was the capability to move the selected recordings from the CD to the personal computer under a special license granted by the record company, with the technology being provided by SunnComm and Microsoft. Every time the songs residing on the computer were accessed and played, a license on the computer itself was verified. Once found on the computer, the song would play. In March 2001, the battle lines were drawn with America's first copy-protected CD, Charlie Pride, A Tribute to Jim Reeves. That's this CD here. It was released with SunnComm's Media Cloak and digital rights management technology. A second, specially encoded set of album songs could then be downloaded by the buyer from the Internet to reside on the buyer's computer or laptop at no additional charge to the CD purchaser. Mr. Pride's album, released by Music City Records, hit the stands and was clearly marked as both protected and enhanced. Even so, it quickly became a lightning rod for the debate that ensued: copy protection versus fair use. Along with the introduction of this first copy-protected CD came the controversy. And significant progress on behalf of all concerned copyright owners, creators, and CD buyers have been made since the Charlie Pride days. SunnComm, Microsoft, and several major record companies with whom we are working have evolved into a new protection reality. That reality involves creating protection and authenticating software on the CD itself that allows consumers in a legal and licensed way to make limited copies for their personal use, or even to send licensed copies to friends and family. For those reasons and many others, as I've included in my testimony, but I don't have time to enumerate now. I believe that technology and open-minded cooperation, not managed by electronic lobbies, can provide a solution to all players in the music industry. I recommend to the committee that imposing regulations at this juncture is premature. Instead, I encourage the parties in each segment to come together informally at first to discuss what it would take to create a very viable business solution to the turf battle over Internet and CD music delivery. Thank you very much.
And since I'm a fan, Mr. Jacobs, did you say that that was a tribute to Jim Reeves, that Charlie Pride was a tribute to Jim Reeves?
I'm sorry, yes, Charlie Pride, a tribute to Jim Reeves.
I like both of them. So thank you, Mr. Jacobs. Mr. Hosner.
You're welcome.